Am I the asshole for leaving without explanation after my mother-in-law pretended not to hear me? I, 32, have a 7-month-old daughter with my husband, 34. My country allows us to take maternity leave for up to 2 years. However, I am self-employed and cannot afford to lose my clients, so I try to work while my daughter is sleeping and during the weekends. Lately, she's been teething, so I'm operating on little to no sleep. I have an issue with my mother-in-law. She does what she wants despite people asking her not to, and then says oops, or denies doing it. It was annoying before the baby, but after my daughter was born, it has become insufferable. My husband talked to her and set boundaries. This, however, didn't work. My mother-in-law would only respect the boundaries when my husband is present, but will continue to do it when it's only me in the room. So we agreed she cannot visit when my husband is not at home. We also decided that my husband is not to leave me alone with her. Because of these boundaries, we did not see them for a few months. They live 2 hours away, and finding the time for them to visit was difficult. Well, they finally came over last Sunday. 20 minutes into the visit, my father-in-law wants to see the lawnmower that has broken down. They go into the backyard, leaving me with the baby and mother-in-law inside. She's drinking coffee and eating cake. She sits next to my daughter on her playmat and tries to feed her some of her cake. I immediately told her no, she can't have that. Mother-in-law pretends not to hear me and proceeds putting her spoon to my daughter's closed mouth. I repeat, stop doing that. She can't have cake yet, and definitely not from your spoon. Still she ignores me, pretending to not to hear me. I repeat it again, still nothing. I was getting annoyed at this point, and now there's cake on my baby's face and she's fussing. So I grab my daughter and go to my husband and father-in-law, subtly gesturing him to come back inside. After about 5 minutes, mother-in-law decided to go outside too, and was approaching me and the baby. I gestured to my husband again, and he made an annoyed face. I had no energy to deal with any of this, so I stood up, went inside, grabbed baby bag and car keys, and went to the car without saying a word. She asked me where I was going, and I ignored her. I drove to my sister's, which is about 15 minutes away. There were some missed calls from my husband, so I texted him where we were, and that we'll be back in the evening. It was time for my daughter's nap, and she fell asleep breastfeeding. After she woke up and had her milk, my sister took her and told me to go to sleep. I slept for 3 hours, and my phone was on silent. My husband's calls were ignored, and apparently his parents left disappointed. Mother-in-law also cried. My husband is furious I did this. We're still fighting about it. He can't believe I was so rude and took the baby away when his parents came to see her after such a long time. He's angry I couldn't have waited a few minutes so that he could finish fixing the lawnmower. I told him I'm too exhausted to deal with this shit. After all, he left me alone with mother-in-law despite our agreement. Am I the asshole?